Back in October, the Jaguars dominated their first matchup against the Texans. Can Houston avoid the sweep? Find out next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These 2 teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Pierce is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. On 1st down, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give to Etienne running right. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Rolling to his right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field, they're in plus territory, 4th and 1. He wasn't coming off the field.
No, he wasn't coming off the field. He wouldn't let the offense go with him at all. He said, we're staying out here, and we're picking this one up. That's some leadership right there.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and inches. Lawrence got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. That's taken on the 25. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum, because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Jaguars at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
These two teams all tied after one. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns and fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Boy, did everything but hold on to him. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. Crossing right, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that.
Brought down in the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lawrence on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Now Lawrence to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Texans 7. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The Ravens have been going to this this one, Charles. It was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, and we're only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. He's got a man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point up and through. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the 27, Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Etienne up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a give to Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Draw play, Etienne. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll drop to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Josh Allen, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. Every time they catch it there on the right sideline. Says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us.
Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Running out of the gun with Etienne. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, here's Etienne. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up a throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the fourth down. The Texans send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. 77 yards on the ground for him so far. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, Lawrence. A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. A CD there on big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A give running right, Etienne. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, Etienne once more. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of the first as he's tackled at the 47. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down with a good gain. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They're going to look to throw. Well, he still brings it in off the tip here on the deep shot. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. This will be complete to Mechie. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Kind of a strange